Um, Good morning once again. So we have been looking at how to run a paid ad, and ordinarily, once you have been taught with one, you should be able on your own because the processes are alike. But because of some of what demanded, we should touch all of them. That is why we are going through them. That is why I'm insisting we should also implement them. If you can learn them one after the other, you should also implement them. After all, you can delete it, you can disable it if you don't want it to run. So nothing stops you from verifying them as you are going. So we have already placed awareness ads, which I believe we all know when and how to place awareness ads. And then we have also placed traffic ads. And the same thing, I expect that we all know when and how to place traffic ads. Because like I told you before, the most important thing is you knowing the type of goal your ad should. It's very important because like I said, your client is not going to give you most of these ideas. You have to factor them out based on your findings and conversations at times. Right? So I remember I said that once you ask the client how long the business has been, so you will know whether there is need for awareness ad, or you should go straight to traffic, or you should go straight to lead, which is one of the most used or run ad. Or even if the person says that the business has been for years. Yes, there are so many businesses out there that have been for a while, but nobody still know about them because of poor promotion and poor marketing. So there's possibility of someone business to be around for years and people don't still know the person or know the products. So in that case, you have to recommend awareness. And another factor that we warrant for awareness ad is the performance of the sales over time. Performance of the sales over time is a factor as well that should determine whether you are to go with what? The awareness. If by the time you ask for their sales book or you ask few questions, if you are not privileged to see their sales book, you can get some of this feedback through question and answer. You ask the person, okay, what is the sales trend like? For example, how much sales was made last month, the previous months? So you find out all these things. Find out all these things. So the value that you'll be given will inform you. If, for example, after asking that question, you are getting a reply like last 2 months, they sold 3 million, and this just past month, they sold 2 million, and they feel something is wrong, and they brought you in this month to quickly change the game. Then you can see that there have been a drop in, so which means that the sales is not performing. So you now determine whether you are to place awareness ad for them or you are to generate leads that they can follow up. Now, don't forget, like we have already established, lead is just like you are calling someone by getting the person contact to your DM or to your maybe to a landing page where you have planned to maintain them, where you have planned to speak to them in order for you to convert them. So it's very important. We've spoken much on all of this, just the practical we are trying to confirm. So let's quickly look at engagement ad. Let's look at engagement ad. And as you can see, the engagement ad gets more messages, purchases through messaging, video view, posts. Let me take it off so that we can check who are or the best scenario that can call for it. So, but at least we need to get the highlights. We need to know what is involved. We need to know what is involved. So this is good for Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. This is good for Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Video views, post engagement, and the conversion. So click on it and then select continue. So like I said, most of the steps has familiar way of placing them. So, but you just have to read and understand each of the wizard steps, then for you to know what exactly you are doing. Now, create your engagements campaign using a tailored and streamlined setup, or manually build your campaign. Suggestions may vary based on your recent ad account activity. So you check another information here and it says, why am I seeing this suggestion? This setup is suggested based on your ad account information and activities. So you can remove it, and then you have tailored message like has been highlighted before. So we have tailored messages campaign. Quickly create a campaign optimized to help get more messages. So you can see your target is that you want to go for messages, people to message you, another one to reply you through messaging. That is the goal of this. Are the best value. Preset setting include advantage placement. I have already explained this in the previous ad, that this is a kind of configuration that empowers Facebook to help you to know the people that may show interest in your product, which advice that we should take advantage of. Now, highest volume, bid strategy, and more. Now, we have some of the highlights here. We have streamline, we have tailored, and then we have best practice. So you can just click on them and know the one you are applying. You can see once you select, and then you know which one of them. So you can hover on them briefly and understand what it stands for. So you say create a campaign for create a campaign in fewer steps using a streamlined setup. So these are like subcategories under what? The engagements. And then we have the best practice. Create a campaign using a setup that presets. That is the one that Facebook have seen after some time or observed that people that must have yielded more results. So you click on it, and then the options are there as we proceed. So the next one talk about what? A streamline, that is manual engagement campaign. Create an engagement campaign from scratch for final control over all setting. So the advantage of you going through this is that you will be able to, select or customize it the way you want it. But this one is just like you are adopting what Facebook has already put in place, which carry the advantage plus the placement that we said that is a huge introduced technology that suggests the best performance for your ad. So you click on continue, and then let's see what the next interface has for us. So now, just like the other one, so we need to name. You can see that option. Let me take this here so that we can see everything clearly. So we have tailored messages, a campaign. So you can say you want to see all presets, because right now by default is already selecting this out of those three options that I showed us before. So you can click here for you to see, okay, this tailored one, what is it all about? You can see this campaign include the following presets setting. If you need to change this setting, you can switch to edit. So once you click on edit, then it brings us back to where we have those other ones that we selected. Remember where we have all the type of ad, and then let's say you want to switch from engagement to, that is when you click on that edit, and that will enable you to what? To go back and select before you finally click on next. Right? So it's almost the same thing. I've explained all this before. If your ad does not have any special category, like I explained before, then you leave it what? You leave this option. This option is not compulsory. That is, if your content is not probably grouped under any of this category, if it has to do with employment target, housing, financial products and services, you can do away with it and just continue with your next step. All right, so the next step, remember that we just passed this place now, so you can actually come back to name your campaign. You can come back and name it. Remember, the three stages that we observed the other time are still applicable here. This stage, why ad set, and what? Ad itself. So if I want to change the name, I can delete that name and then type in my message name or my campaign name. So I can just leave it at underscore, let's say CA, as the name of this ad campaign. Now, the type of buying type, remember we have what? Reservation, and we have auction, which is the one that we have been adopting all this while as the best one. Then we have our budgets. Remember that our budgets, I think we choose to campaign budget so that we can define the amount we want to run. All right, so remember, I have explained all this. I don't want to take my time to do that. Then this is where you specify how much you want to spend per day, just like what I told us before. I've explained all this based on the amount available. Then you know how to distribute and the number of days you want to run the ad. the number of days you want to run the ad will determine whether if you distribute it to 2,000, it will cover those days. So that is only the calculation involved for you to adjust this amount section. Then when do you plan to update the payment? Maybe you would like to increase the payment after some time. If that is the case, based on your conversation, you activate it and choose that. Then this one, we are not adopting it, and I've explained it. These are just like additional advantages that can have a way of imparting your ad depending on if you choose it. Special category, we don't have anything there, so we move to what next. All right, so now the next step is for us to what? We got to set the ad. So you can decide to use the same name, or you also what? Delete it and type another name. The conversion. Remember that we have different conversion here. And this place is very important. You understand all these conversions. Now, conversion in this constant.
Recording.
So, like I was saying, the conversion is how do you intend to convert the people that you are advertising your product to. Message destination, that is, you are going to be directing them to send you message via Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram. Remember that we said that this is message ad. You know, they give all the option anyway. We have Instagram, we have different options. So you can decide to streamline it to maybe just message. They should send you message, or on your ad, get people to watch video or interact with your post event. We have call, you want people to call you. So you can see that most of them has different options. Why some, like this one, I just have only message on WhatsApp, message on Instagram, message on Messenger. Why this one has option for people calling you, option for messaging you, option for also WhatsApping you. Then it has, this one is just what? For website. This one is just for app. This one for Instagram or Facebook. So these are channels that you want to use to convert them to customer or to buy products. So you can choose any one that you feel that you want to apply, which is still under so let's say I want to go for call. Now, performance goal, maximum what number? Once you choose this, then you can adopt this. Once it's not active, it means that this particular one that you choose have selected this one automatically. The Facebook page, which of the page are you using to place this ad? So you click here. If it doesn't select your Facebook page automatically, just like as you can see on mine, it has already picked my page, my business page that I'm using to run this ad. So I will just go ahead. But if you want to switch, you go ahead there. Then create a rule set. So tell us how much more certain audience, conversion, location, and placements are worth to your business. Our system will optimize for outcome based on these rules. You know, I advise us about this rule. Creating this rule is just like you are telling Facebook, you are giving Facebook certain conditions to advertise your ad. But since we are already using the advantage placement, advantage plus, based on the advantage plus placement, in other words, we have already succumbed to Facebook towards to use its own customized best performance. So we don't have to come here and start what? Setting. So practice have proven that the Facebook own is more reliable. So don't waste your time coming here, except you decided to just go through it and see what it entails. So budget schedule. So you set a daily advantage to this. So this is just like a preview. I set what spending limits. If you want to add a limit that, so indirectly when I put this, I've already set what my limit. So I don't want to add. But if you want to add, you can click on it and then to tell you to set what your limits. And then use percentage value. Then you can say what you want to use the percentage amount or you want to use percentage value. Maybe you want to say that, okay, the limit for the spending is 1,000 thereabouts. But make sure that the limit you are setting is not lower than your what? Your daily what? Expense projected spending. So that is why sometimes we don't bother setting it. Let it just work with this advantage plus budget that I've already programmed before. When will the ad start running? And when are you expecting it to end? So you click here. So this is already 30 here. Maybe you are placing this ad. Sometimes you have so many customers to the point that you can place the ad of next week. The person has already paid you and the person have already given you the content. So why wait until next week when you have money to implement it immediately? So what you do is that you just click here and then project that next week date so that once that day comes, the ad will start running. So that is when you start having a lot of clients, you can set it ahead. So like you want to set it to start running from today, you put it on this, and then the time you feel that it should start on the dates you are setting, you can also what? Put it here. And then I have already advised us the implication of not specifying the end date. If you do not specify the end date, it means that the app will keep running. And meanwhile, the person pays you for only 3 days. And because you have other ads that are running on the same account you have funded, you may not really notice it. You will just see that the money is over reducing. So the best practice, always negotiate with the clients. Always, let it be part of the conversation to have an idea of, if you are giving a quotation, let them know, okay, this ad that I want to run for you is 2 days ad, is 3 days, is 1 week, is 1 month, is 1 year. So that you can know what to do here. Because if you do not even educate them, there are some of them based on their level of exposure, they might think that the ad will continue running till everlasting. So you have to factor that in so that when that day elapses, then you can go back, they can refund your account for you to place it if they want to continue. Now, once the ad ends, you need to quickly notify them. The ad has ended. But in fact, some of them will know because when the traffic starts reducing, if they used to get 20 calls in a day and all of a sudden they are not getting any, they will know. They will know that something is actually what? Wrong. So that is how to set that. So if you want, once you click here, it will give you space to enter the date you want it to end, and if possible, that very day, you might have a particular time you are looking at, maybe ending tomorrow 5 p.m. So you put it here. So I don't want it, I turn it off. Now, budget scheduling, add entries in campaign setup. We don't want to consider that one. Audience, define who you want to see your ad. So this one is very important. Very important because the ad may not run for the whole world or even for the whole country. It might just be only one particular set of people or demography or maybe location you are. So you now come to this section here where you have ad exclusion. Ad exclusion means that there are some places the ad should run for the whole place, but there are some areas you want to remove. So that is where so now if you want to edit this, you click here. You want to edit this, you click here. So let me explain. This is for location. This is where you choose the location where you want the ad. Right now, by default, it has chosen Nigeria, which means that what all the states in Nigeria. So Facebook, we use the advantage placement to know, okay, yes, he said the whole Nigeria, but based on this content, people in Lagos, we prefer this or we purchase this product. That is the purpose of that advantage placement. So Facebook will not be the one based on the area you specify. Okay, these are the people based on their research experience. Remember, I've told them before, based on their Google algorithm must have captured some of this history. So Facebook can easily what? Get them from. So let's say I want to update. So you click on what? Edit. Once you click, you see Nigeria here. So if you want to remove it, you click here. But if you don't want to remove, you want to add, include in Nigeria, include, you can say we have exclude. So I can say in Nigeria, exclude, maybe I don't want my ad to go to maybe Nasarawa. So, but it's within Nigeria. So I will just say exclude. I will type what? Nasarawa. Nasarawa. So once I type that Nasarawa in Nigeria, so this means that you can see the mark here, which means that what? This ad will be visible to the whole state in Nigeria, but excluding Nasarawa, because sometimes your clients, they have over time done their visibility study. They know the states where people have been purchasing their product from. They have statistics. Their data analysts must have analyzed over time, and that will have informed them on the performance of their ad across certain locations. So it is now your responsibility as a digital marketer to ensure that you, or they can even suggest that please run this ad here, but do not capture what? The following location. So you can come here and remove it. Come here and delete it. Then remember you have include and what? Exclude. So I can say include. I want to put other in Nigeria. I want to specifically target some areas. Because if I just put Nigeria without picking some unique areas now, so it is now left for Facebook to begin to spread it across all the world. So I can just say, okay, in Nigeria, but in that Nigeria, I want Lagos. I want Lagos State, Nigeria. So it will add it. It has added it. Within that same Nigeria, I want Edo. Edo. Make sure that not just type in, make sure that you check this whole information. Benin, Edo. Make sure that you are seeing Nigeria. So within that same Nigeria, I want Asaba. Within Nigeria, I want Asaba. That's Asaba, Delta State. Make sure that you read the whole line so I don't go pick wrong suggested. So that is how you keep picking. That's how you keep picking. And now the advice I have for you here is that the amount that is involved should determine how you can spread your ad, please. If somebody is telling you that you want the ad that in this Asaba now, you can target Anwa Road, you can target Ebuzo Road, you can target Koka, you can target all the locality, which means you are telling Facebook that Facebook should direct the ad to the people in those areas. So that is one thing that you need to understand. These are techniques you need to know. That is why somebody can place an ad and the ad can underperform because of not understanding how to select audience. Is a very important aspect as I'm explaining it. It's very key. Somebody can pay you money now. You just go and pick Nigeria. The ad will not perform well. You have to know, you have to do your analysis, know where in Nigeria the app will do better. Because if you leave it for Facebook, yes, Facebook might assume. But if you have already know the area you are targeting, even in that state, you can narrow it down to some local government, provided they are registered. Mercy, you wanted to say something before? And I hope we are following, please.
Yes, we are following.
It's like, mate, okay. So That is how you design this. Now let's assume that I'm going with this. And then the age is another factor you need to consider, the age. Now, these are calculation also, so that you don't waste the ad. Now, for example, the product you are selling, the niche might be, or the people that want to buy that product might be people between certain age brackets. So you cut other people off. If it is not meant for students, you can come here and say this product is majorly what? Adult product. So you can say, okay, based on your finding, that is if you have find that too. But if you have not, you just work with the standard, the default. So which means that you are saying that what? This ad, anybody on the social media that the age is below this will not see this ad. That is what we are saying. Will not see the ad. So Facebook has already programmed it on 18. So you can leave it there. Then you can also set the end age if you want. And then for gender, there are some products that you know that these are strictly female products. These are strictly what? Female products. So those kind of products, if you place it all, you are also wasting it. So you have to make sure that you come here and select what? Only what? Female. So we need to understand how to, there are some of the technical things you need to know to enable your ad to really what? Optimize very well. So, there are some that are only for men. And then the language, if you want to choose language, you change the language. If you know that this product is targeting Chinese, you can go there and change. Then ad transparency. Let your audience know who benefits from and pays for the ad in this setting. Sorry, in this ad set. This information may be displayed publicly on ad and Meta, whatever, just like privacy, whatever. So you can build trust with your audience by completing verification. So you can verify it. You can click here and say, okay, you want to start the process of the verification. Complete tags. So we have action start what? Verification. We have see all verification. This is just like an internal mechanism to build trusts in case of people that we want to know more about you or want to know whether you are verified. So verify yourself or what organization. So you click on this. I'm just trying to follow it so that you understand what it involves. Now verify an organization or yourself. So you click here and then go to next. Then you choose, let us know the location of the organization. Let's say this. And then you fill all the information, then your postal code, whatever. So from where I stop now, you can follow it and know what it's talking about. You just like collecting more of your detail that will be made public. So because there are some products that maybe product that will cost a lot of money and people don't want to just contact you. So they want to really know more about you. So that is just for you to add that if you want. Then placement, edit placement control. So I'm leaving the placement on for Facebook to determine whether you're going to spread it on the Instagram. So I don't want to configure that, but in case you want to edit, you can click on it. So advantage plus this, so we are leaving it, and then we go to what next. All right, so we are on the last phase now. The last phase is where we are going to create our ad name. So I can just go with this, or you modify this to another name entirely. Let's say what? Ad. let's say add underscore server. Now here, the partnership, we talked about it the other time. Identity, your Facebook business profile page. Then add setup. This is where you call the item you want to place. Remember I said if it is among what you have already placed before, you click here. If it is a new one, you click there. Then you will now click on what? Add what? Products. If I click on what? Add products, let's say, yeah, it will take us to. Okay, so we say we are creating, let's leave that one. We want to add products. Let me see. Let's just follow it just for us to understand what. So add products to what? So this is just like you want to populate different products in your catalog that you can choose from when you are placing your ad. That is what it's talking about. So now you can say, remind me later. Then how do you want to bring the item? You want to bring it to what? Manual download. Then what type of item? Is it a single or carousel? Then the destination, remember that we said that it's call that we want. So we need to put the number that they are going to call there. So choose your country code. Let's say we have, I think, 234. Choose your country code and then put the number there, 7069665919. Right now, enable callback requests. You can enable it as what? Receive callback requests. Maybe you can turn it on. Callback requests, just like as the name implies, but then for you to be able to to reach out to you back. They receive callback requests on Messenger or on spreadsheet. So it will just capture the details on Excel sheet or maybe through Messenger so that you can get the information. Then, or you want to say that the call should be on WhatsApp. Then you want to add certain privacy policy for the calling. You click there, then add your creative. So you click here and upload either what the image or if it's video. And then let's pick one of the item just as an example. So you can notice the few unique things. It just 10 to 50% differences from what we have been using or the ad we have run before. So now the next step, I think we understand this. I'll take this up. So I'll just click on what next. Then you write your primary test. Your primary test could be let's say free training. Let's say free computer training. Then you can add more tests. You can add more if this one is not okay. Then you maybe training, just give so let's say training. Then the call description. So you want to say something, it's optional. So even if you don't put it, there won't be any issue. Then you click on the done. Now you can see the placement in different feeds. Story, the one that will be in your Facebook, the one that will be in the search, people that are searching, what they are going to see, and the outcome of your ad. You should always check so that you know those information that you supply where they are displaying. So you can see the one I type first that's coming here, the last one down here. So if the positioning of these things are not okay, then you can always go back and modify them. So now let's say we are through with this, and then the last thing to do is to publish. So we wait. If the publish it doesn't throw any error, then it means that we are good to go. Right, so publish, so you can see it. So you can see the result is what? Cover quest. Per call placed. So you are going to be charged based on what? Per call that is placed. So any question? Any question? So I believe it's very simple. The difference between this and the other one is just minor towards the end. Everything was almost the same. Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, still is very clear. The explanation and the process.
All right. Mercy, we
Very,
have
very
not heard from you. So, Mercy, can you hear us? I'm not sure she's even here.
Are you sure?
It's like Mercy has
Let
already.
me call her.
We have gotten so far, like I was trying to explain the other time. You see, you can actually on your own, I'm giving to you as an assignment. So if you are able to do it, fine. If you are not, we will still look at it in our next class. I want you to go and apply the traffic, apply the engagements, make sure you have all the ad ready, and then try running the lead on your own. The steps are self-explanatory, like I said it before. It's just minor thing. And when you read, from the way I have been explaining, when you read what is required, you'll be able to know what is designed for. And you can even add little research. So you go and apply traffic, apply what? Engage. So it means we have successfully completed word 3. And then in the next class, we should be able to what? Attempt doing lead yourself. Lead is very simple. Attempt doing what? Lead yourself. It has almost the same thing with traffic. The only thing is that almost the same thing, just that the purpose is different. This one is more of directing them to a group where you can get their contacts. It's about collecting numbers and contacts for you. And then you can even play around all of them. With what we have learned now, you can. So just try. In that class, I will ask you what you have done. If I notice that we are able to go through them, then we can just go to the next. And most of these things that we are doing here, yes, we are learning them under Facebook ad. But I can tell you when we get to YouTube and the other ones, most of these things are still there. So that is why I'm taking my time to explain them. So because Facebook is like the mother of anything called what? Social media. So most of those other platforms, they copy most of the terms. So if you take your time to understand this, other ones are very simple. Other ones, it's just for you to know where to access all these things. Like in TikTok now, it is one of the simplest, because once you have this background, go to any platform. It's very simple. So let's go and master this, because it's about you mastering them and knowing them. It's very important. It's very important. And like I said, you're supposed to start marketing yourself for placing ads. Very important. So once we are done with this now, I think once we are done with this, we look at some content creating, maybe out of the 2 major content creating aspect, that is infographics and video. We can start with maybe graphics. So you know how to do little design for what that you want to. Like I said, all those areas are not actually our main major areas. We can hire experts that are good in those areas and give us the content. Our work is to push the content. That is what we are known for. But your knowledge of that helps you to scrutinize whatever you are given. So if somebody is giving you a content that is not right, you can tell the person, no, this color will not fly. This one, put it this way. Any question, please? We are going to stop here. So go and master the other ones. I don't want to take more than one per class.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hmm? We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But apart from learning this content creating, are you still going to include this WordPress for training?
Yes, now WordPress is there now. WordPress is web marketing. Web marketing.
Oh,
This one that we are doing is social media marketing. You understand? So I don't want to start with web because I actually changed the formula before I start with web. But I now discovered that there are some individuals that don't like that web. And when you start with the web, it kills their morale. So many people that come into social media, digital marketing, what actually drives them or what is actually motivating them is social media out of the whole of that digital marketing that they are hearing. So once you start with that, and that one takes some time. So once you start with that and you start giving them assignment to go and build their website, this and that, and they are not able to navigate, you see that they must have lost interest before you even bring them to the aspect that matters most. So what I'm doing now is that the whole of digital marketing, this one is the most important aspect of it. This one and the content create, that is video content creating and the infographic content creating. These are the core area. Like this one that we are doing now is the main social media marketing. Remember that we have digital marketing as general umbrella. Under it, you now have just an arm, which is called what? Social media marketing. And that is the aspect we are looking at. And many people are more interested in social media marketing. I hope I've answered your question.
yes, just one more. On the process of learning this WordPress, like um, for more trust on our brand, is it possible for you to as well teach us how to add our profile on Google? Like for instance, now like the way I have my company name as a Zoo Digital Solution. If someone want to search it on Google, are we still is that cost included in our training?
That is called Google Ads. It's a different thing.
Oh,
This one
oh,
is Google is not classified under social media.
okay, okay.
It's not part of it. Social media are all these Facebook, TikTok, and these are where people socialize. So we have this one is Facebook ad, we have Google ad. If you don't like Google ad, that one is very important because most of the jobs we call it Google business profiling. It's free.
Okay.
You don't pay for that one. It's just for you
Oh,
to, Google has given everybody to profile. People that do not have websites, they can profile their business on Google. So that one is not an issue. We are going to look at that. It's part of the program. Because there are some clients that will come now and tell you that I don't want to run Facebook ad. What I said, most people that research on Google, they are the one that can discover it. They can tell you, okay, run Google ad. In fact, you
oh,
cannot even run YouTube ad without running what? You cannot run YouTube ad without running Google ad. So there's no way. Because it's Google ad that you use to run YouTube ad. That is how it's
oh,
programmed. All right, so see us. Please, these are compulsory assignments. Once I come online on Wednesday and I ask your traffic, your engagement, and if I hear any story that because I travel to Abuja or maybe light no day, I will just click on end class. So please make sure that it's compulsory. You must place your traffic ad and your engagement. And if you try yourself, like I said, try placing the lead. So I will just check it if you got it or not. All right, so have a nice day and enjoy yourself.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I will
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
it.
All right.